What's going on, everybody, man? Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the channel. If you are tuning in, please like, subscribe, and comment. Hit that notification bell because I'm gonna be continuing to go live for you guys. But today, man, we got some news. We got some news that surfaced today, and it's not really, surprising. Oh, it can be surprising depending on how you looked at it, but it's not surprising in terms of Brian Robinson Jr. won't be a part of this team going forward. So that part's not surprising. But I will say that I am a little bit surprised because I didn't think we were going to get a draft pick for him, since the news came out a few days ago, that the team was shopping him around the league. At that point, I did not think that a team would actually be able to would be willing to give up a draft pick. I thought, they would just wait till he was released and didn't hit the waivers, and whoever he picked up, whoever picked him up, So that's what I was thinking. Um, the fact that we were able to get a 6th-round pick for him is amazing because the comp that I was comparing him to was the Joe Mixon comp, which he was traded to Houston for a 7th-round pick. And I believe that Joe Mixon is a better running back than Brian Robinson Jr. I think Joe Mixon has been a more productive running back than Brian Robinson Jr. And they gave up the Houston Texans gave up a 7th-round pick to acquire him. And now we get a 6th-round pick to send him to the 49ers. So I was already under the impression that Brian Robinson Jr. wasn't going to be a part of this team, but I was not willing to just release him. I always said, and I always thought that if we were going to have to release Brian Robinson Jr. and just drop him, why not keep him? Why not keep him? Yes, we have high hopes on Bill, but I thought that Bill still has not played a full season in the NFL yet. He's more versatile right now, and if going forward, that's what it looks like he can do. But we don't necessarily know exactly what we're going to get from Bill because he hasn't done it yet in the NFL. So I'm like, why not just keep Bill on the roster? Especially if you were going to drop him or release him, But the fact that we were able to get a draft pick for B-Rob, I'm all for it. I mean, you got to get something for something. Most of us knew that, going into next offseason, he wasn't going to be a part of the team. He was not going to be a part of the team. They were not picking up no 5th year. Well, he wasn't the 1st-round pick, but they wasn't going to re-sign him. They weren't going to re-sign him. We already knew that. So we were going to the last year of his contract. He was going to be gone after this year anyways. So the fact that we got something for him anyways speaks volumes. And now we can let our young running backs see what we got in our young running backs, let them develop. So this was best case scenario, especially because we weren't going to, it looked like they didn't have any use for him this season. We should have saw the writing on the wall. Well, we did see the writing on the wall when they had him tried out there on special teams, a kick return. They did the same thing with Jahan Dotson when we were trying to put him on special teams before we traded him to the Eagles. So that's that. But yeah, this to me is more, this speaks more about Bill than anything. I think that this, coaching staff, this organization speaks highly of Bill. The fact that they were trying to get B-Rob out of there and get something for him as quickly as possible tells me that they see a legitimate future with Bill, our 7th-round running back. His real name is Ja'Cory Krosky Merritt, but he likes to just be called Bill. So Bill is going to be our lead back. Now, this is going to be a running back by committee. We still have Austin Eckler. We still have Chris Rodriguez Jr., who is going to make the team this season. Now that B-Rob is gone, because he can do a lot of the things that B-Rob can. He's going to be in our he's going to be more of our bruiser back, our we need short yards to gain. That's going to be Chris Rodriguez Jr. And I think he can excel at that role. Austin Eckler is going to be our pass catching back. He's also going to play special teams. He's going to be probably our more versatile back. Jeremy McNichols is going to come in as I think as our fourth running back. I think he's also going to make the team. He also plays special teams. And he blocks his tail off. He also can catch the ball. He also can run pretty well as well. So all four of these guys are going to get pretty good amount of snaps throughout the season, at different times, and they're all going to contribute to the success of our running back room. So it's going to be a running back by committee, but the head of the snake is going to be Ja'Cory Krosky Merritt. And you can just see by the way that they've been treating this guy, through practice. They had him with the black jersey on, like no contact jersey. They had him like that last week, and he went out on Monday and played a significant amount of snaps against the Bengals. So this trade speaks to Bill. That's what this is. The team is all in on Bill. They understand that they got him in the 7th round. They have a steal. They didn't think he would be there in the 7th round, but they got him anyways. And they liked what they seen in the offseason and in the preseason. So that's going to be the head of our snake when it comes to our running back room. Again, Bill, Ja'Cory Krosky Merritt. And then I think Chris Rodriguez will have a significant role as well. I think it's going to be those two tandem. I think those two are going to end up taking the majority of the carries, maybe not the snaps, but the carries. And then we also got Austin Eckler back there as well, and Jeremy McNichols. But they just, in my mind, they just didn't see a fit for B-Rob. And I hope the best for B-Rob. B-Rob has been here for the last 3 seasons. He got shot and robbed, still played the same season after all that went down. Came out to the Mini Men, soundtrack. But in all honesty, he was just a good back in this league. He was just a good back. He's never eclipsed 800 yards in the season. He just didn't fit this organization's scheme. I think with the zone running scheme over there, and with 49ers, and they got CMC who can do everything. I think that might be a better fit for him, and I'm hoping him all the best. But if we weren't going to utilize him, or if we couldn't use him to the best of his ability in this scheme, we had to get rid of him, right? It's not, we're not just about to keep a player just to keep him, like just to keep him on a roster just because he has tenure here. He was drafted here, like the fans, a lot of the fans like him. It's not, this is a business at the end of the day, and we trying to better our team. We're not just about to keep him just to keep him. The fact that we was able to trade him, I'm happy for, because now he can get his full amount of money on his 4th year of his rookie deal. He can get all his money. Hopefully he can contribute, and he has a better future over there with the 49ers. So I'm still rooting for Team B-Rob. But I'm a Commanders fan first, and this move tells me that Bill is legit, and B-Rob can go prove himself if he wants a deal after this year with the 49ers. So kudos to B-Rob. Wish him the best. But we moving forward, man. We got big things to do over here. But yeah, man, I do also want to talk about our running back room as well, because all off season the coaches have been talking about our running back room. I mean, Dan Quinn already mentioned multiple times how deep our running back room is as well. And I know I'm talking about Bill a lot, but I think they see a lot in Chris Rodriguez. I think they see a lot in what he can contribute to this team. When we asked him to come into the game last season, especially that Falcons game, he delivered. He played a similar role to what B-Rob was playing. So that feeds into why we traded B-Rob. So our running back room is deep. We come in with a deep crew, like a lot of our positions are on this team. But one of the main memories that I continue to think about is that Lions game. When we had Jayden in the backfield, and we had Marcus Mariota. It was like a short yard of gain, and Marcus Mariota was supposed to pitch it to Jayden, and he was going to go on the outside. He had one defensive back over there on the outside that he could have beat easily in my mind. But Brian Robinson Jr. comes up behind Marcus Mariota and pushes him, tries to push him over through the line as Marcus Mariota is trying to pitch the ball back to Jayden Daniels. That's when I was like, all right, bro, what are you doing? You're not paying attention. But that's not what did it for me. Because again, I was one of the people, especially when Ben Standig came out with that report, like when it kind of blew the internet up, because Ben Standig has said we don't have any. He said it. He said that he does not think B-Rob is going to be on this roster going into week 1 of the 2025 regular season. And I remember thinking to myself, I'm like, bro, what are you doing? You clickbaiting? Like, this doesn't make any sense. Like, they look at B-Rob as part of this team. But quickly after that, we started to realize, I don't know what Ben Standig knew. I don't know if he was going on a guess, but everybody does. All the people who was against it owe him an apology, and that I'm me including one of them. But kind of like we got here 0 to 100, like we got here so quickly. But it is what it is, man. You know, when the news came out that we were shopping him, most of us thought, you know, we weren't going to get anything for him. But I think both situations, for the Commanders and for Brian Robinson Jr., I think in both situations it worked out for the best. It worked out for the best because Brian Robinson gets his money. He gets to prove himself on his last year of his deal. And he's probably going to play a significant amount of stats because CMC, he can't stay healthy. He can't stay healthy. It's just a ticking time bomb of when he's going to miss games. So B-Rob will get an opportunity to play with the 49ers, and we at least get a draft pick, because if it wasn't this offseason, it was going to be next offseason. We were going to release Brian Robinson Jr. The writing was on the wall that we were not re-signing him. So both sides win. Both sides win, in my opinion. And we just gotta kind of let the chips fall where they may. Before I get up out of here, I also want to talk about the ranking for Jayden Daniels. He was ranked 21st out of the top 100. So 21st, he was the 21st best player in the league by his peers. So I feel like that's a little crazy, but you know, he pretty much there. So the quarterbacks that have not been ranked yet on this list are Jalen Hurts, Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, Joe Burrow, which are 6. 5 of those guys I already think are better. So I'm not mad at that. Jalen Hurts just came off a Super Bowl MVP in the Super Bowl. I don't think Jalen Hurts is better than Jayden Daniels, but I understand why he will be above Jayden Daniels, because he's coming off a Super Bowl MVP. All right, come on, I get it. But 21st for a rookie who, you know, is coming off the best rookie year of all time, especially for a quarterback, right? To compare RG3 his rookie season, which was 2012, he was ranked 10th. The league ranked him 10th in the league that year. He was the 10th best player in the league last season. And I think JD5 had a better season than CJ Stroud last season. CJ Stroud was ranked 20th. And now Jayden Daniels ranked 21st. It is what it is. It's not too far off of what CJ Stroud is, but I disagree. I think he's at least top 10 in my mind, but that's just me. But I thought that was interesting. That, you know, the team, the players kind of have him lower than what a lot of us Commanders fans think that he should have been. I know a lot of us probably thought he'd be at least top 15 at least. But you know, it is what it is. There are a lot of good players in this league, so it's not totally out of the question. But come on, man, they got it wrong. Let's call a spade a spade. They got it wrong, and I think this season he will prove why they got it wrong. So that's all I got for y'all, man. Again, if you're tuning into this video, please like, subscribe, and comment on YouTube. I'm also streaming on Instagram. Hit that notification bell on YouTube to get notified when I go live just like this, or when I drop more videos just like this. I appreciate you all, man. Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all day. Peace out.